Hello Year 9 and welcome to your options video for Ancient History GCSE. I really hope you are considering taking this as a subject because it's something that I feel really passionately about. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I'm just going to give you a bit of a flavour of the things that we study and reasons why you might want to take it. So I just want to share with you some photographs to start with. So here we have a statue of the Greek god Achilles. You may have heard of Achilles. You have an Achilles tendon. It's connected to the god Achilles. Here is a pyroclast cast of an individual who was sadly killed at the explosion of Mount Vesuvius. Here is a rather lovely picture of buildings, the Pantheon at the Acropolis in Athens. Here is some more pictures from up on the Acropolis in Athens. And there is me. That is me outside the Acropolis, or in the Acropolis, outside the Parthenon in Athens. These are all pictures that I have taken on a holiday that I had a couple of summers ago, just before I was due to start teaching ancient history as a GCSE at IS Breckland for the first time. And I found it absolutely fascinating, and I would love to be able to impart that along to you if that's something you're interested in. So what do we work towards in the ancient history? Well, as I've said before, it is GCSE. It is perfectly equivalent to any other GCSE, okay? If you choose ancient history, there are just 2 exams, both of which happen in the end of year 11, so we have plenty of time to prepare for it. Your first exam is all on Greece and Persia, so we have a compulsory unit on the Persian Empire and an optional unit on ancient Greece, which is called Athens from Tyranny to Democracy. Paper 2, we then study 2 more topic areas. We do the Roman compulsory unit, which looks at the formation of Rome and how Rome went from kings to a republic and various things. And then we will be studying Cleopatra and Cleopatra's Egypt and how she interacted with Rome and various other countries. Each exam paper is made up of 2 sections. Your A section, which examines your compulsory unit, and your B section, which looks at the optional unit. Each paper is out of 105 marks. There are a lot of marks available, but these fall into various different questions that vary in number of marks. The exams are both 1 hour and 45 minutes, so literally you end up working towards about a mark a minute. Section A, so the compulsory unit, is worth 60 of the 105 marks on each paper. It's split into 5 questions, and these are the same on each paper. You have a 4-mark question, which is just knowledge recall. Then you have a 6 mark, which is basically tell me the story question. Then you have a 10, a 15 marker, which are both related to historical sources, and a 25-mark essay question, which is asking your opinion and for you to justify that by looking at both sides. Section B is then on the optional units, which is worth 40 out of your 105 marks. I say they're optional, that's because there's a choice that I have made for you. I promise you I've picked the units I find and think you will find the most interesting. That's split into a further 5 questions. You have 3 5-markers and a 10 marker. 2 of those are on sources again, and then you have a 20-mark essay question at the end of that basically asks you to think about everything with regards to the problems of ancient history. Our sources, are they reliable? Do we trust them? What you do is you take 2 exams, and at the end of that you get 1 very well-deserved grade, but along the way you'll study a lot of key content. So, as I've said, there are 2 sort of halves to the course, and the course is split into 2 subsections. Now, these are the front covers of the textbooks for this course, and if you were to choose option for ancient history, it is highly recommended that you purchase yourself your own copy of the textbooks. We have a few in school that we use, but they become so useful. Now, this exam course does not yet have revision guides or anything like that, so if you buy these 2 textbooks, which will cost you no more than £30 off of Amazon for the both of them, that is literally everything you need to be really successful in your ancient history GCSE. So as I've already said, in the Greece and Persia unit, this is the one we start with. This is what you would be studying from September. We look at the 4 Persian kings. They are called Cyrus, Cambyses II, Darius and Xerxes. And we look at how they come to power, what they do with their power, how they die. There's all sorts of intricate stories in there. There's murder, there's cannibalism, there's madmen, there's stabbing of religious animals. It's a bit crazy, but it's quite interesting. Then we move on to our second unit, the birth of democracy in Athens. How did Athens go from being ruled by tyrants, having looked at their rise and downfall, to actually having the people represent themselves? Then we push on to Rome. There are 7 Roman kings that we study, starting with Romulus. You may have heard of Romulus from Romulus and Remus in the taster session that was set for you during the remote learning. We also look at the foundation of Rome, the myths behind it. How did it come to be? What is true, what is false? And the characteristics of Rome. We look at the concept of the Republic, the gladiators, the Senate, all of those intricate details about ancient history that we're not able to explore in regular history. And then the option unit, as I've said, Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, beautiful woman, well known for falling in love with a very famous Roman soldier, Mark Antony, and we look into all of that. So, knowing that I had to do this video, I put out to my Ancient History Year 11 students and I said, be honest, tell me what you think. And I promise you that the 4 comments you're about to read are genuine comments that the students gave me. So, the first one. Ancient history does have its challenges, but it's a really interesting and unique subject to learn overall. It's really true. It is a challenging subject. You do a lot of source analysis. We talk through things. We try and work things out. We effectively become history detectives, which I think is pretty cool. But it is challenging. There's a lot of terminology. There's a lot of reading and source analysis, which this one sort of goes into. This young man said, it's decent. If source analysis didn't exist, he's being honest. There's a lot of source analysis. If you're not prepared to do that, then it's possibly not the option for you. But honestly, if you can get through the source analysis, and I will guide you every step of the way, it's really enjoyable. Ancient history is hard, but it is fascinating to learn about how the world developed to become the world it is today. Once again, these are real students, current year 11s. Everything about the subject is interesting, but it's hard to learn. And that's my job. My job is to make sure that you feel able to learn it. So, why should I choose ancient history? Now, I am biased, obviously. I love ancient history. It is probably one of my favourite subjects that I teach. I teach 4 of them. But these are the sorts of characteristics you need to be successful. Choose it if you're not afraid of hard work, because it is tricky. It is a challenge. It's harder than regular history can be. But it's really, really rewarding. Choose it if you're ready for that challenge. You like your highlighters, your organisation, you want to come and you want to make your own mark. Choose it if you just want to study something that's truly fascinating. We should be choosing our options for our future career paths, but also because of our interests. And ancient history, in my opinion, is one of the most fascinating time periods of all. And choose it if you love working things out for yourself, because that's what we spend most of our time doing, reading ancient texts and working out what we think happened. That's a whistle-stop tour of ancient history. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Send me an email. My email is in the options booklet. I'm Miss Pitts. I'm the ancient history teacher here, and I hope to see lots of you opting for ancient history next year. Thank you very much.